Good morning, good morning. I don't even know if I'm going to post this today or not. A lot of people don't know me, so if you're new on here, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Man, I'm Martita. I just left the gym. Today just felt like an emotional day. And it just started, to be honest with you. It's barely 6 o'clock. Man, I don't know what it is, though. Maybe I'm not the only one. Been emotional, been in a little bit of a mood. A little bit about myself, though. I'm a motivation and confidence mindset coach. And my allergies have been off. My sleep has been off. Your sleep is affected by allergies and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But I went to an event yesterday called Power of the Purse here in town. And I hadn't been to one of these events in some time. And the speaker, she was awesome. There was so many women there. It was great. It all started off as like a women's event, and now men go to it too. I don't know. And the speaker, she was taking out these words from her purse. She was like full of energy, and she was trying so hard to speak life into this room of primarily women. We're there for a fundraiser, for luncheon, and at the end of the day, it's a charity event, which is awesome. People come together and buy tickets and donate, which ends up going back into the community, which is awesome. But it broke my heart, like just seeing how this motivational speaker, the keynote speaker, she did great. Like, she was so full of energy and pumped, and she had us do like some mindset work. It was great, and at the end, she was talking about like our purpose, persistence, perspective, perseverance, and all these things. They end up peace. They end up leading to your purpose in life. And I'm sitting in this room and I'm thinking, like, these women are not even paying attention. And it's like, it's a little concerning, I guess. I don't even know if concerning is the right word, but like, you just want to be like, hey, wake up. I get it. Like, some people might have been like, whatever, I don't even know why she's motivating me. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's for you. It's like for your life. Like some people always tell me, like, I don't know why you work out so much. I wouldn't do that. Well, why wouldn't you though? Like, it's for your body. It's for your health. And here's what's crazy. And a lot of people don't realize this. We will change. We will exercise. We will do what we have to do if our life depended on it. If you got a doctor who told you, some random stranger who said, hey, your life depends on this, you will do it in a heartbeat. Some random stranger. Isn't that crazy? But we can't do it for ourselves. And I know a lot of people also say, well, that's kind of dumb. That's not really a job, to motivate and inspire people. And actually, no, that is it. It's not that it's a job. It's just that there's legit people who love motivating and bringing life to others. And, excuse me if I'm getting a little emotional. I love to share my backstory, and I don't love to share it to get pity. But if there was anyone who was ever told that all odds were against her, I could say it was me. And it's crazy because everything I went through, I would do it again. I even thought of this yesterday. If it meant being raped again as a kid, going through the abuse, anything I ever went through, would you do that to save your kids from it? You know what my answer was? Heck yeah. 1,000, 100,000%. That's not even a word. But just yesterday, I was like, you know what? Because I survived all that. I did. And I know a lot of people think like that's so depressing. It's not. It's part of living your life. And whoever told us that like our life was going to be perfect, or we never should suffer, or never go through anything. And here's the thing, suffering in everyone's terms might be different. But whoever told us that, like, you know, they didn't quite explain it, that it's only bad if you see it bad. It's only a blessing if you see it as a blessing. You know, so it's all on how we want to see it. And at the end of the day, if we decide to go hard on something, it's going to be for ourselves. A lot of people don't know this. I have 3 kids from 3 different men. It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't mean like I had 3 one-night stands. No, you know what? It just means that just because the first individual couldn't stand the heat, you know, of being a father, especially because we were both kids at the time, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. It just means, hey, I'm not going to give up on my life. I'm not going to, well, now you got to sacrifice your happiness. Now you can't have kids with anybody else because you're going to then have a kid by multiple. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have 20 kids with one guy, 20 kids with 20 different men. Nobody has anything to even say. Like, who am I to go up to someone and be like, I can't believe you have all these kids from all these different men? Why? Why can you not believe that? Like, people don't live to other people's standards. And that's where I feel like we miss it. We're like, oh, we're trying so hard to compete. It's not competition. When you're going hard at the gym, when you're running extra, it's for you. When you're sleeping at home, when you're sleeping in because you're like, you know what, I don't want to go out there and face life, that's for you. It's not for anybody else's life. When you're saying, you know, that I don't want to invest in knowledge or invest in myself, my healing, that's for you. It's not for anybody else. And people get that wrong. They're just like, no, it's for everybody else. And, you know, it takes people who've gone through real life shit who can motivate and inspire and help other people on those days where they just feel like, dang, I don't think I don't think I have the strength. So it takes people like me, like that keynote speaker yesterday, mindset, motivation coaches, accountability coaches. It takes people like us to still bring hope to women, to other individuals, to bring them back. And it's crazy, like, trying to wake people up, and especially women, and say, you deserve more. Like, as women, we are great at providing for our kids. We're great at making ends meet. We're great at putting up with certain stuff, you know, trying to fix men. But we're not great to pouring into ourselves. And you know why? It's just because we weren't taught. No one taught us that. It wasn't until I was 40 that I asked my mom and my dad, both of my parents separately, because they can't be in the same room together. They just dislike each other. And I said, whose job or whose responsibility was it to teach me self-love? And it wasn't like me throwing it in their face. It was legit a question. And my mom and my dad both told me the same thing. They said it was our job. It was our responsibility. But we were so busy being caught up in what didn't matter between us as parents that we didn't teach you that. And we didn't know either because we weren't taught that. They said, so even now we allow certain things to happen because we weren't taught, self-love. And it to me, it was like, thank you. Like, all I wanted was to know, because as I've gone through life, I'm just like, when was I supposed to learn this stuff? When was I supposed to get these tools? When was I supposed to get this knowledge? And here's the thing. A lot of people don't realize that so many of us are going into this with no training as being a mom, being a parent. I was a mom by the time I was 16. By the time I was 21, I had my second son. And by the time I was 28, I had my daughter. And then after that, we had several pregnancies that we lost. But when did I get time to nurture myself and actually say, hey, this is how you're going to love your child based off of things that you've healed, things that never. You know what I did? I put myself on the back burner. Martha, what are you going to do with your life? I don't know. I'm just going to keep working to make money and take care of my kids. And that's what I did. And it was like, okay, well, Martha, your schedule's free. What else are you going to? I'm going to take classes. I'm going to go to school. And I did. I went and I got my bachelor's, but after getting my bachelor's, I'm just like, what now? It's kind of like, then your mind starts opening. And by then I was older, and it's like, who am I? What am I doing with my life? And I remember my brother asked me, he was like, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to help so many women, dude. My goal in 2014, when I got divorced, was to write a book about domestic violence, hiding it, healing, and why we do that kind of stuff. And I didn't. I chickened out. And I don't think, in all honesty, I was done healing. And I was trying to be a good mom while never opening up or talking about the abuse. Because I just felt like I didn't want my daughter to know about that stuff. But as time's progressed and I've healed and I know why I stayed, why I subjected myself to certain things, because a lot of us don't even realize sometimes the way that we're treated at home, we're so used to that that's who we end up attracting, and we end up with that. Even though it's not healthy, it's not good, but that's what we're used to, and sometimes we don't even pay attention to our own patterns or take accountability for it, and not on a bad level, more of, why are you doing this? Questioning yourself. So this turned into a really long, so I'm sorry. If this motivates, inspires anyone, if you ever feel like, man, I'm a mom, I don't know how the heck I'm going to get through this, follow me, message me. Sometimes all it takes, today might be a bad day for someone, and guess what? All it takes is a few words of encouragement, and tomorrow's going to be fucking boom, we're running, for them. And it's crazy. That's just part of life and living it, and it's okay. And sometimes we forget about that. You know what I mean? Just reaching out and being there for people. And if you are someone who you're just hey, what else am I supposed to do with my life? My kids are growing up. What, am I supposed to keep working 5 jobs until I'm 80? No, you're not. Hello? You're supposed to be living your life. What do you want to be now? Back then you wanted to be a flight attendant and you wanted to be this. You could be whatever the fuck you want now. Now you could do it. You just got to dream big. And I feel like so many of us forget to dream. Don't forget. If you forget, reach out to me. Alrighty? Through my Instagram, through anywhere. Like, find me. Reach out to me. I'll motivate you. I'll push you. I'll give you that little nudge. Sometimes you need someone else to like look at your background, look at what you've been through and be like, alrighty, guess what? Let's go do some good shit. Let's push you to your fullest potential. And that's where we come into play. That's where people like us, mindset, confidence coaches, accountability coaches, we need that. It's people who've been through real life shit to help other people go through their real life shit. And there's no shame in that. We're all here to get through this shit together. We're all here to experience our whole life, our own being. And it's an amazing thing. We just have to learn to do it out of love, kindness, and hey, have a little bit of grace with ourselves. Invest in yourself. Like I tell girls, like, hey, don't invest in your nails and lashes, but you're not reading books. Read a book a month. Something on business. Something that's going to teach you how the schooling system works. Like something that's going to teach you things that you don't know that are going to get you out of the matrix. That kind of stuff. Like that's what we need. Alrighty, guys. Thank you.